Hello YouTube, Simon here, welcome back to Final Fantasy 9. I do hope you folks are enjoying the live streams of this game if you've been able to stop by. I know I certainly am, and it'd be really cool if we can get the Platinum Trophy for this one before the Final Fantasy 7 remake comes out in about 8 weeks time now, I think it is. Woo! Anyway, what I'm going to be doing today is just going over the very popular, very famous Infinite Gil making trick in Final Fantasy 9. And just want to give a quick shout out to Red Mario 13 Nanaki 36, one of our regular viewers who just reminded me to make this video. It is kind of important, I suppose. So what we're going to do is make a start on this. Now, seeing as how we're on disc 1, this isn't the most optimal form of the trick because we have to purchase 2 different items which can be synthesized into an item we can sell for a profit. But the 2 items we need to synthesize are only available currently at separate locations. So the first item we need is the wrist item, and that is available from the village of Dali. So as soon as you first enter Dali, well, you know, come to Dali for the first time and go shopping, then you're just going to want to make sure you stock up on as many wrist items as you can. Now, it's going to be a little bit painful to do. You're going to be spending your gil on them, and there's not going to be an immediate reward, but that is coming very, very soon, trust me. So I'm just going to go all out here and tell you, yeah, get 99. And if you can't afford or can't quite afford 99 wrist items, they're really not that expensive. I think it's 130 gil each or something. Then just head back out onto the plains, go into the forest, try and hunt down Ragtimer, something else to do while you just farm a little bit of gil there. And 20,000 gil I've got is absolutely sufficient to get all 99 wrist items. And when you've done that, just continue playing the game. Go through the story until you find yourself in Lindblum. Now, don't worry, because Lindblum is the next story destination after Dali, so you won't have too long to wait before we get there. And in Lindblum, there's going to be a shopping district, and there's going to be 2 shops in particular that we're interested in. That's the main shop and a new type of shop called the synthesis shop. Now, they're both very close to each other. We're not going to worry about the synthesis shop immediately. We're going to head over into the standard shop first of all, which is just over here on this side of the square. And what we're going to be interested in the normal shop is an item called the Steepled Hat. Now, what we're going to be doing is getting a steepled hat, a wrist item that we've already just purchased in Dali, and synthesizing those 2 things together at the synthesis shop into another item which we're going to sell for profit. So don't go ahead, first of all, and just completely spend all your gil on steepled hats, because there is actually a gil cost associated with the synthesis process itself, and if you use all your gil, you're not going to be able to afford to do that, which is really annoying. So in my case, what I'm going to do is go ahead and just purchase 15 steepled hats. So that gives me 17 because I already had a couple in my inventory anyway. And we're going to then head over to the synthesis shop, which is just on the other side of the square. It's kind of like under this weird archway thing. This is indeed the shop. If this is your first time here, you'll get a little bit of dialogue, and just as a little bit of a side bonus for you, since it probably is your first time here, you can actually grab a secret hidden item off the workbench in the corner, and I strongly recommend that you do so. That's a one-time thing, but, you know, just make sure you do go ahead and grab that. Now, I would recommend crafting at least one of everything at the synthesis shop, even the 2 weapons for Zidane, even though one's more powerful because they do have different abilities on them that you can learn. But before doing any of that, let's sort out our gil. And to do this, we're going to synthesize the Cotton Robe item. Now, you're only going to be able to synthesize the amount compared to the ingredients that you have, in this case, steepled hats and wrist items. So for me, that means we can go ahead and do 17. We're limited by the amount of steepled hats that we have, and that's going to cost 17,000 gil, so we're pretty much wiped out. Now, you remember we started off with about 20,000 gil, and I gained about 15,000 gil in the interim between Dali and Lindblum, so we had about 35,000 starting gil, not including the wrist items and steepled hats and the synthesis cost that we've just been spending all our gil on. But trust me, there is going to be a profit here. So we're going to start by selling the 17 cotton robes we just crafted. We've now got 34,000 gil, or 35,000, so we can use that to purchase our next set of steepled hats. Don't forget, we did go ahead and buy 99 wrists, so we can repeat this multiple times now without having to purchase any more wrists. Just make sure each time you do this, you are leaving yourself plenty of gil to afford the synthesis process itself. I could have actually gone ahead and purchased all 99 steepled hats on that occasion, but first of all, I don't need 99 steepled hats because I don't have 99 wrist items left, and second of all, if I did so, I wouldn't have had any synthesis gil left. So we'll go ahead now and craft all of those cotton robes. and then we'll, you know, head back and sell them, and just keep repeating the process really until we've used our full supply of wrist items. Now, in my case, I did purchase 50 Steepled Hats, you probably noticed on the last shopping spree, but we couldn't craft 50 Cotton Robes because I ran out of gil. So now that we sold those, I can stock up on the final set of Steepled Hats that we need, and that matches the amount of wrists that we have left. Just keep an eye on those totals so that one doesn't go above the other. Well, in particular, that the Steepled Hats don't go above the number of wrist items that you have. And that's it. We should be able to go ahead and, well, we can craft 36 here, so we'll go ahead and do that. That pretty much, you know, uses up all our gil, but once we go back and sell this, then hopefully we can, without having to purchase anything else this time, because we've got our full supply of wrists and Steepled Hats now, just literally head back to the synthesis shop and finish off the process. But already we're up to 72,000 gil, and we haven't even finished yet. And don't forget, this method is repeatable. You just need to purchase wrist items and also Steepled Hats, and you can just keep synthesizing as many times as you want. Now, wrist items unfortunately aren't available again for a while, but that doesn't matter, you know, they will be. So there we go, another 24, which is the final set we have. That pretty much brings us to the, you know, the end of our stock supply here. So we'll head back to the shop, sell them, and see our final total, how much gil we have. This is a neat little trick, this is. I don't know whether it was intentional on behalf of the developers, or just kind of, you know, just they didn't really notice about this. That through synthesis you could make a profit of buying items, but it works. Now you'll notice I also left one Cotton Robe there in my inventory. It's important to do so for learning abilities and stuff, but once you've done that, once you've got all your gil, you can just do your normal shopping now. I recommend, as I say, just going back to the synthesis and crafting at least one of everything if possible, so that you can use that for your party. But that pretty much brings us to the end of the video, guys, so thanks so much for stopping by. I hope it's been helpful to you. If it has, don't forget to drop a like. Come and check out the live streams if you don't already. We do have a laugh on those in chat and whatnot. Sometimes things get a little bit naughty, but I won't talk about that right now. Anyway, folks, thanks for checking out the video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Sounds like you're having fun.